The methodology that we use when we're working with companies is called results-based conversations. Okay, there are a lot of people that go, well, I can get results or I can get conversations, but it's like an either-or equation. And I'm like, no, I think you can get the best results through conversations. Okay, so that's kind of my play on that. So if the most productive you can be is by having conversations, the best conversations you can have are ones that are diverse. Okay, and when they're diverse, what I mean is that they're different perspectives that are brought to the game. Years ago, I did a session with a collaborative session with a huge retailer in the U.S. And it was one of the departments, and it was a 3-day session. The beginning of the third day, the head of the department stood up and said, you know, men and women, I think we're stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't see an answer. This was in Chicago, and it was at a big collaborative center we did. There was a woman in the session who had come from a store, one of their stores in Montana. And she had literally never been out of the store in her life. All right, the first morning when we started at like 8 in the morning, she showed up about 7 or 6:30 when the team showed up, right? I mean, she was nervous. She sat in the back of the room. I mean, you know, she didn't want to be there. She was invited, but she felt so out of place with all the executives and strategy and all those kind of things. Gets to day 3, and she's sitting there, and the guy says, you know, I'm stuck. Does anybody have any ideas? And she kind of goes, and he goes, yeah. And she goes, I don't know if this helps, but this is what we do in our store. It was breakthrough thinking, right? She didn't think it was breakthrough thinking. She thinks that's just what we do, right? It's that, you know, we talk about having a blind side like it's a bad thing a lot of times. You know, you don't see that. The blind side can be a good thing because you're so good at it that you don't see it. It's like, oh, everybody knows how to do that. Like, no, they don't. So imagine the conversation that allows that kind of diverse perspective to be brought in. That the leadership said, you know what, we don't need just all our strategists and consultants and high-level managers. We're going to bring some people who are out there in the workforce really doing it and bring that perspective into the conversation.